In the mix with the Vibe Show. 97.9. Catch a vibe.
Vibe Show 97.9 in the building. Happy Monday to everybody. Man, we back on the grind again. And what better day to jump it off with an exclusive. I love exclusive and I love talking to super dope people. You know what I mean? But I mean, we don't do mediocre over here anyway. I mean, you know what I mean? Just in case people was wondering. I mean, but you know, our fans already know that already. You know what I mean? But I must say I have a treat for y'all tonight. Tonight is major. You know what I mean? We're gonna really turn it up tonight. You know, because I'm a lyric guy. You know what I mean? And you know, there's lyrics out there, but I mean, you know, I'm not really hearing many lyrics. I'm hearing good vibes, but I'm not really hearing lyrics, you know. And so this right here is very refreshing. This guest right here that we have on tonight. So consider you welcome. You welcome. I guess it's the best thing that I could say. You welcome. If you didn't know about my special guest tonight, you will know today. You know what I mean? I'm talking about lyricists, beauty, bars. You know what I mean? We ain't gonna play no games. I'm talking about the one, the only recording artist, the one and only Dirti Diana. What's up?
What's poppin'? How you doing?
Hey, listen, I'm so excited right now. I've been geeked up about this one all day today. You know what I mean? So I'm very, very excited, and it's definitely an honor to have some of your time today. So thank you for me and the team. We want to thank you for allowing us this amazing opportunity.
Oh man, thanks for having me. I'm honored.
Absolutely not. You know, you got that signature smile. You know what I mean, and you always keeping the vibes up on high, and you know, and the attire is always gonna be on point. Anybody that's following you, keeping up with everything that you got going on, fashion is definitely, you know, one of your pet peeves. You know what I mean? So I'm definitely loving it. Like I said, it's super refreshing to hear the music and all of the product that you're putting out there. You know, I'm very, very impressed, and I've been loving everything that I've been hearing thus far. But you know, and it doesn't really surprise me, Dirty, to be honest with you, though, because I mean, you know, coming from Brooklyn, New York, you know what I mean? That's rich soil right there. So I would like to start off right there, though, with growing up, you know, in New York, the Mecca, you know, around so many different influences or whatever. Let's start off right there, though. Like, what was growing up for you?
Shout out to Brooklyn. I love Brooklyn. You know, I did features with Uncle Murder. I stayed in Brooklyn. I'm from the Bronx, though. Shout out to Bronx.
Absolutely.
It was tough. And you know what? Sometimes you got to fight. Sometimes you got to just make sure you hold yourself down. But it makes you who you are. It made me who I am today. Definitely inspired hip hop. There's ciphers on every corner. Everywhere you look at it was. You got the Godfather, Kool Herc from the Bronx. So it's been inspiration. But again, I'm from the projects in the Bronx, the hood, and it made me who I am. It made me this tough female that I am.
Right. You know, now when it comes down to the musical aspect of it, you know, like I said, with having so many different influences around, has it always been music for you, or was it something else that you were inspiring to do before that, before you were introduced to music, or it was always music for you?
It was always music for me, but my gifts, I had other gifts. So I was a hip hop artist. I mean, I danced on Apollo. I came up under Teens in Motion, which is Alicia Keys' people. Shout out to Jeff Robinson and Conrad Robinson. And then I ran track. I was a track star. I mean, medicine. Yeah, I ran track.
Okay. Now that's interesting. Now, running track. So, I want to touch on that a little bit because, a lot of opportunities in running track. Did you have those track visions? Maybe the Olympics, because when we in that space and time, we inspire to be that. So I would like to touch on that a little bit or whatever to let my listeners know a little bit about about your athleticism side.
Absolutely. I was really good at it. I started so young, about the age of 7.
Wow.
Yeah, they have like bantam girls. It's depending on your age group. Then it goes to the youth, and then the adult side. So I started out as a bantam, which it starts around 7 or 8, and I was raised by a Jewish guy.
Interesting.
Rest
Wow.
in peace to Mr. Mintz. He took me from young, and I ran hurdles. I was a hurdler.
Wow.
Yeah, I was a hurdler. They had the trampathlon where you do the shot put, the high jump, the 4x4, which is the relay, the 200, the
You
400.
was in there.
Yeah, I mean Madison Square Garden sold out events. Yeah.
Wow. Wow. Now see, because I like to give my listeners things that they might not know. You know what I mean? And I really appreciate that. I knew that because I did some homework, but I wanted to bring it into that just to, because it's not just always about the music. You know what I mean? We all blessed with multiple talents and stuff like that or whatever. But when you do interviews and stuff like that, really get an opportunity. I like for people to get to really know you. You know what I mean? Now the dancing, also had major skills dancing as well because I'm trying to bring it up to the mic. So dance on Apollo. Can we talk about what those experiences like? Because it's a great career. The career could have went that way too. You know what I
Absolutely.
mean? Let's talk about that a little bit.
I love the choreography part. That's what definitely had me not scared of the stage when it comes to rapping,
Right.
because I've always been a hip hop dancer, and I
Mhm.
just got to elaborate hip hop because there's so many different type of dances. But I was into choreography, background dancing, and I made it to the Apollo. I made
Now
it to the Apollo.
we ain't gonna act like the Apollo, just you know what I'm saying, no strawberries and cupcakes now, because that's a tough crowd over there. So, to not have that fear of because I mean we know the stories, and we know Sandman will sweep you on off the stage if you ain't really popping. So what was that experience like? Because it is some fear when going into the Apollo, knowing that you're dealing with a tough crowd, but that is home for you. So I'm pretty sure you had an edge on other people that's coming from other areas and other cities or whatever. But let's talk about the Apollo experience because that's legendary.
Oh man, I was so excited. And I was praying that I knew we wasn't gonna get booed, but I was praying that Sandman wouldn't come out. But
Right.
the whole city came out, they supported, and I was just excited because it was gonna be televised, and we killed it. We killed it. It was like we were neck and neck, but somebody came and I think a singer won.
Mhm.
We had a standing ovation. It was a great experience, and I'm like, Ma, you need to. I'm on TV.
Right.
You need to turn on the TV because we lit.
Right. Right. Those experiences right there, a tribute to your music career as an artist as well, because like you said, a lot of people don't really get those experiences like that. And I mean, that's a huge experience, to be televised and be on national TV as a dancer. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So that right there was a huge accomplishment and something major, you know what I mean, added to the resume. A lot of people can't say that. Now, I'm also impressed with, you're also a dope poet as well. So I would like to touch on the poetry a little bit because, you kind of used the poetry a little bit, as a method of overcoming some of your childhood, challenges that you faced as well. So I would like to tie that in a little bit and kind of explain that a little bit because, I thought that was pretty cool to dive into poetry as a way to be able to navigate through those challenges. I would like to talk about some of the challenges that you were facing as in your childhood.
Absolutely. I'm gonna go back real fast because I was excited to meet Steve Harvey. I did meet Steve Harvey, and
Right.
he was so funny. As far as this coming up and the challenges, it was pretty rough. It was pretty rough. You know, my dad, he had a drug addiction. Rest in peace to my father.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, he passed away, and my brother, he got 30 years at the age of 15. Got to 30 years. So it's a typical story that everybody kind of goes through in the hood. But again, you have to still deal with it as an individual. We have to face those. You know, I had to deal with my mom going through it because she lost a son. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
it's been tough.
Right. You know, and at a young age too, just trying to balance it all out with being there for moms, you know, you being young and then you dealing with it as well, you know. So what made you what you know, when did you discover that, you know, your poet side though, and you know, how did you find that it brought comfort to you in those times of grief?
Yeah. The things that I was seeing, the things that I was around, just being in an environment, I was very quiet. I was very observant. So the best way for me to bring out how I felt my feelings was only on paper. So that's when I knew that I knew how to rap, because it started with poetry. I would kind of write my feelings out on paper. So it would just be pouring out my pain and just being quiet and knowing how I felt. It was the best way for me to express myself, and it was through my music. So,
right. And would you say, like, at that point that you know, because like you said, you discovered at you know, within your poetry that you could actually rap. Now let's take it to the point of wanting to take it serious, you know, as a career path.
I actually started taking it serious when people started taking me serious. I didn't know that I would get the type of response that I would get. So the first time me reciting my lyrics in a cipher, it just blew everybody away. Then it went to talent shows, and then Kool Herc, I won a Kool Herc talent show. I won an Entitled Talent show, and Kool Herc took me himself and introduced me to some producers. So I knew that it was something there. The way the response from the people, the response from the people had me going. I was hyped. They hyped me up. Let's go.
Right. Now, Dirty, we're not just gonna just downplay what you just said. Now, you did say the Godfather of hip hop, Kool Herc. You know what I mean? Like, that right there is, I'm just, that experience right there, just to be in the presence of such greatness. You know, I would like to talk about that, because, you know, you blew the talent show away. You already came in it with that confidence, you know, from a lot of other things that attributed to building up to you having that confidence as far as crowds and stuff like that. So like I said, you already had that edge already. And then, you know, having a poetic side, and then coming in there, you know, hitting ciphers, doing different things or whatever, then to hit the talent show and blow Kool Herc away. I'm just saying, though. What was that like?
Man, it was a blessing. I mean, I was excited, and I think the edge was that he actually called me back and was like, we need to meet up. I need you to meet me at the studio. And he took a couple of producers. Yeah, Benzino was one of them.
Come on.
Yeah, shout out to Kool Herc, man. We stayed in touch. That's the Godfather for real.
Absolutely. You know what I mean? See, and that's what I'm saying, you know, for people that don't know, you know, already being around legendary cloth, you know, that does help. You know what I mean? Because, you know, it's a lot of gems that's being dropped, you know, and I think that's another thing that kind of attributes to, you know, the way that you're moving out here, the way that you're handling your business. Because I mean, you know, being around that type of cloth, you can't help but pick up gems and learn from the legends. You know what I mean? And that kind of, like, to me, that kind of separates you, and again gives you more edge on a lot of the new up and coming artists or whatever who don't really have that type of mentorship around them or whatever. Would you say that that's a part of kind of like why, you know, a lot of artists be making a lot of bad decisions just by not having the right people around them.
Absolutely. That was a great question. I mean, the people, your team is like the most important thing. And if you don't
Right.
have somebody that's going to tell you this is right and this is wrong, and too many yes men around,
Mm.
you could easily go in the wrong direction. Easily, and
Right.
that plays a major part. The people you're around, your team, your manager. Shout out to AB Butler, back in the game entertainment. Shout out to Head Crack. You know, I have a team of people, and one thing about me, I'm loyal. I stick to everybody that's around. They've been around and they still around, and we gonna make sure you get some type of position and play some type of part.
Right. You know, I feel like that's important. And I think in some instances, you know, it kind of saves you, because I mean, you know, even with having people around you too, you know, as things progress and grow, um, you know, sometimes people could, you know, get sidetracked a little bit too, because you know, you and I both know that this entertainment business, it's not easy, man. You know what I mean? Like it's not, you know, people they see the beautiful artwork and album covers from Dirti Diana. They see the videos and everything looking just you know what I mean? Like, man, I know I want to do this, I could do this or whatever. But then at the same time, it's still a lot of work, and it is a job.
Absolutely. Yeah. You know, females, we go through it. Just being a female alone is extra hard because we go through it and we always got to prove ourselves being a female artist. But again, your team, because if somebody's not there to pick you up where you lacking and they see you going left or about to even get addicted to drugs, like this
Mhm.
game it ain't easy. And sometimes I think it's called the game for a reason because you got to play it and you got to play it right. And
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, you know, you are absolutely right about that. You know, I want to ask you though, as a female MC, what would you say thus far, looking back all the way up until the point in your career where you at right now, what would you say has been the most challenging for you though, as a female MC in this predominantly male game that you're in?
the hardest, to be honest, is the contacts, meeting the right individuals. And I wish one thing about the industry that it could be some type of platform and certain companies that you have to go to get things done because there's so many frauds, there's so many people faking, there's so many people acting like they who they not. You know how many I got? I got called to. They say they're gonna fly me out. It was a fake record label.
Oh
So many.
wow.
Yeah, you know, you getting excited about certain things. It's just so many fakes. People taking your money, not doing what they said they're gonna do. This game, man, you got to know the right people. And I wish there was like some type of platform to say who's real and who's not. But you got to learn. You got to learn to bob and weave, and that's why I appreciate AB. I appreciate my team because my team now we not gonna make those mistakes twice. But you kind of got to go through the
Right.
loopholes.
Right. You know, to be honest with you, it really is a blessing to have the type of team that you do have, because like I say, everybody they come from that cloth. They have the experience, and I think that's that itself, being connected with AB, the resources, the knowledge and everything that comes with that alone is a blessing. It really, really is, because a lot of artists don't have that. A lot of artists got their partner, and they got, you know, all these different other people who, you know, who they supposed to be the manager, and they don't really know the business, you know, because I say all the time, you know, just because you can make dope music, and it's so many, it's the game is oversaturated right now. You and I both know that.
Talk to
Just
them.
because you're making dope music doesn't mean that you're in the game. You understand what I'm saying? That
Fa-
don't mean nothing.
Facts. You talking facts. That don't mean nothing.
That don't mean nothing, because you know how many people got dope music? Like you said, it's about the right connections,
Hmm.
because that's basically what the game is. You got to be connected with the right people, Because the right people got the keys to be able to put you in this door right here and take your stuff, as opposed to it being thrown on the pile and can be like, yo, you need to check this out.
Right.
You know, and it could be somebody that's at the barbershop or somebody who you just never know these days who's who. And like you said, that's the scary part about it. I think that you got to go through it. You know, it's no way around it. It's no cheat codes or nothing like that or whatever. Like, and I think that you're getting the best experience right now, you know, even by going through the bad companies and all this stuff. Because like right now we be in this cyber world right now, man, and it's like you could create whatever you want to create and be whoever you want to be, and we got to go through that. It ain't just certain things, certain, you know, things that we would have to go through. Now it's just everybody.
Absolutely.
Now, you know, another thing too that it always has bothered me, and I don't understand it, but I would like to get your perspective on it when it comes down to female MCs. Why does it seem like it's difficult for female MCs to form a union and work together and come up? Because I mean, you know, do you know how big it would be to see a Nicki Minaj, Cardi B, Lil Kim, Foxy Brown tour or something like that? Like, why can't that happen?
I think females is females, man. I got to be honest. I have a lot of females that I call them associates. They like my sisters, but I kind of stay away from females because for some reason there's always a competition. They always want to compete instead of uniting as one, and it's kind of hard to say, but it seems like it's always going to be like that. It's I don't know, something in our nature, even outside of music. A female come through and you come through drip. I best believe another female's doing this up and down, like, you know, and you just don't understand why, and it kind of rolls right over and spills over to the music.
Right, it does.
Instead of you keep your flow, let me keep my flow. You know how crazy that'll sound? Your flow, my flow, and her flow, and we just unite and we come together and make a project or just create something together instead of competing. It's horrible.
Right. I think that that's one of the biggest things that's really kind of hurting the female artist culture when it comes down to hip hop or anything, because, you know, it's you know, as of a few years ago, you know, it seemed like it just one can be hot at the time or something like that. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like I don't get. It's like, you know, Nicki had a good run, and then I guess when they get tired of her, you know, they positioning somebody else. Then they, you know, Cardi B hot right now, and then, you know, I'm surprised Stallion is I'm surprised because we really don't see that, because they will usually have them against each other. I don't know if it's just the industry way or what, but I'm glad to see those two young ladies working together.
They working, and you know, this was a conversation I had prior. It wasn't always like that. Like if you go back in your history, there was multiple females at the same time. You had Foxy, you had Missy. You know what I mean?
All at one time.
Yeah. What changed? Why is it one at a time?
Right.
What happened?
I think that, you know, as time went on, I just think that the entire game changed, to be honest with you. You know, I think that because it just seemed like at some point in time that the legends were kind of, you know, peaking, and then, you know, the new wave of this new little wave of music started to transition in, and you know, because I just feel like let's just say like somebody like yourself, you having a good staff and crew around you or whatever, seasoned vets, people that have been in the game or whatever. So, you know, they're not gonna let you get messed over. You know, they know the contracts. They, you know what I mean? Like they know. But then you got these other artists who just ready to get on. So they're gonna take that deal. You know what I'm saying? Then that's when them 360 started to kick in, and then things just started going haywire.
Talk about it. Facts.
You know what I mean? So I just think that, you know, the game is. That's why I was having this conversation with somebody the other day too, and it was just like, man, I just feel like the game was more, I think, more effective. Now, don't get me wrong. I think that it's a blessing to be able to reach the way that y'all can put your music out now, and you can actually touch the globe now with the right promotion and marketing behind you or whatever. I think that you could touch the globe now, but I still think that that effective way of still being able to grassroot it and be able to touch the fans and that get out there and really like grassroot your grind. I think that that's where you can get your core fan base at.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
I agree.
Like, I definitely believe that. Now, you know, I want to ask you this too. When it comes down to, because like when I listen to your music, I hear legendary flow. You know, I hear your style in there, but I do hear some influences in there as well, which really stood out to me. And I'm like, man, because influences that we all love, that I'm gonna say me, that I love, because I'm a hip hop head, no doubt. And when I first, because you know, when I first was like Dirti Diana, I was like, all right, because I get introduced to music, all that. This is what I do. You know what I'm saying? So I'll be like, all right, I'm gonna check it out, man. So you know, I checked it out, and I was like, huh? Okay, wait a minute. Let me play that back. So I would like to know like some of your influences.
Well, Tupac is definitely my number one influence.
Wow.
And I was young. I was a kid. I don't have any sisters, so I was always surrounded by brothers and men in my household. But that's always been an inspiration because I grew up to listening to Tupac. Lauryn Hill is one of my biggest inspirations. I love how she carried herself. You know what I mean? And then she was a singer, but she was a lyricist. When she spit, she had a whole vibe about herself. Jay-Z, Biggie's storyteller. You know, I go back. Like I said, I'm young listening to these artists, but that's who I studied. That is who I studied. That's where I get my inspiration from. To this day, I still sometimes have to put their music on to stay inspired because you know it changed. You know, shout out to Rick Ross, shout out the Drakes. They inspire me.
Now, y'all notice now that all the people that she's naming are they are legends, and they do have influence out here in this game. So let's just make sure that we highlight that. Let's be clear. You know what I'm saying? She didn't say little Boo Bop, or she's naming legends. Let's just be clear. I don't even know the names no more, Dirty. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. It's like wrestling now. You know what I'm saying?
You get confused.
I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just a vibe now. We don't even know what the artist's name is no more. It just sounds all right. We just, you know what I mean? So, you know, I think that that's super, super dope. And I like something else you said too, that, you know, study, you know, which means, you know, still a student of the game, because I think another thing that's killing a lot of the newer artists is, you know, the arrogance. You know what I mean? It's cool to, you know, be confident, but I think that, you know, the arrogance coming in the game, like, you know, when you ask questions and you're like, you know, well, who are some of you? I ain't influenced by nobody. I'm just, you know, it's just me.
Doing too much.
Right. Well, you know what? Then that makes sense. That's why the music sounds the way that it does. You're right. You ain't influenced by you know what I'm saying? So like when it comes down to tracks now, because you know, Self-Made, the single, crazy.
Thank you.
Crazy. The track, you know, it really got that boom bap to it, and the way that you wrote it, you know what I mean? Like I was very, very impressed, and it, you know, it's my favorite.
Let's
okay.
Thank
so
you.
I want to know when it comes down to tracks, because tracks is a very, very important part of the project and putting it together. When it comes down to tracks, how do you pick your tracks when it comes down to it?
Well, if it's a single, I'm gonna make my cadence I'm gonna cater to the audience. If it's just one single, but a project, which I am working on my EP, I want to give them a little bit of everything. So I want to make sure I have a storytelling joint. I want to make sure I have at least 2 club joints. I want to make sure I have a hard intro. So once I want to get them right in the beginning, so they could keep listening to the EP. And I try to hear, because sometimes a producer will give you a hit without even you putting your lyrics on. So you can hear that a big record. You can hear it. So I try to make sure I pick every record as if it's a single.
Right. And that's important because we are in the single phase of life now, it seems like, you know what I mean? So that is important. When it comes down to writing and actually are you the type to take the track, let's just say like boom, you come to the studio, you getting with your producer and he's like, yo, I got this joint, I'm telling you it's crazy, and do you take the joint and zone out on it a couple of days to catch a feeling, or if it's one of them joints that just hit you and I'm pretty sure you in the mix with it immediately? Like what's Dirty Diana's process with creating?
I'm really, really private. I call myself a weirdo. Even though I'm not. But I like to be private. I like to take my time and really make sure I put a lot into my music. So I like to create it, and sometimes I may create 8 bars and then come back and do the other 8 bars. I like to sit with it and babysit my music. Now sometimes something happens, it comes just like that. Sometimes it's a beat and it's just like that. So when I'm in the studio and I'm forced to write right then, they want me to hop on something now, and it's like I leave the room to write it. Yeah, I don't like to rush because this is my baby, and when I want it right, I don't like to put out nothing that ain't right.
Right.
Sometimes it happens just like that. 10 minutes, I got a whole verse, just like that. But I walk off. I like to be alone. I feel like I always could be somewhere alone to write. You could put me up in the cabin in the woods. It wouldn't bother me because I would just sit there and write.
Yeah, I mean that don't surprise me you saying that, you know, because that's that legendary stuff, and that I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you don't have to have 8 pounds of grass and I'm just saying the stuff is just crazy now, that the things that's needed to actually get into that level. I don't knock it, you know, but it is good to hear that, you know, you like to be in that place where, you know, that quiet space where you can actually become one with the track and really like vibe out to it and really, you know, put something with some substance on it. And I for one, I really appreciate that. I really, really do.
Thank you. I appreciate
now when it comes down to fashion, you know, I'm definitely digging the way that you're putting it all together. It is kind of a little bit more when with the women, because you know, you got the hair, you got the makeup and stuff like that or whatever, you know, so it gets tricky. You know, are you styling yourself, or, you know, is there somebody on the team that's actually putting the pieces together? How's Dirty Diana actually the finished product that we see when we see it? How is that being put together?
I actually style myself. I have a unique style. So a lot of things I get made. I feel like, you know, when you purchase something in the store, sometimes it's not enough for me. I like to create where nobody knows where you get that from. I like that type of. It's not in the stores. You have to get it made. So I like to be unique. And yeah, I do style myself. I do.
And it don't hurt to save a bag too by doing that. I know they'd be happy about that right there. Because it can get expensive with the wigs and the, you know what I'm saying, the whole, I can only imagine how, you know, when Kim them hit and all of just the, you know, it just, I know the bags are up there when it comes down to the whole thing. Now artwork, I love the pieces that were sent in to us. I thought that they were really, really dope on the swing and the clouds and all of that. How involved are you when it comes down to those elements of your brand? Like, are you the type that's involved with, you know, hands-on with everything, or do you entrust the graphic team? Would you kind of give them a vision and then you entrust them to go and do their thing?
Well, shout out to Mike Styles. Well, I've been working with Mike Styles kind of my whole career, so I trust the process. I trust what the choices, but I do again, I style myself. I come with my hair how I want my hair done, and but I let him pick the best pictures. My graphic guy, I let him do whatever. I'll be like, show me what you got, and then when he comes back with it, I may say, that's not it.
Right.
They're gonna value my opinion. Give me three more, and then we pick it. But I do trust my team. I let them. I'm not the. I said do this. You know what I mean? I let everybody work, and I've been working with everybody consistently with the same people. That's the beauty of it.
That's dope. I ain't gonna lie. That's dope.
Thank you.
Now, we hear all of the stories. About, careers and we've watched these artists that we love. We watch these stories or whatever, and we only see a few of them that's still lasting in this game and actually made it through, with some money. So I know that, with you being a student of the game, I know that, you also paying attention to the downfalls as well. To not make those same mistakes by getting caught up in the lights like that, not paying attention to paperwork and understanding contracts and things of that nature. You know what I mean? So with knowing a lot of the things and witnessing a lot of the things that you have witnessed, and it don't just have to be in the entertainment business, basketball athletes, we see these people reach massive success to end up in the end, after all of the work and everything been put in, to end up with nothing. What are some of the things that you are doing to not make those same mistakes?
Absolutely. I always make sure I get a lawyer for one, and then I have to make sure my lawyer ain't down with the other, the other lawyer. So
yeah,
I don't take the same lawyer, or if a person or a manager or a label suggests a lawyer, I never take their lawyer. I like to build my relationship with my lawyer. But number two, I also try to understand what I'm reading. I read it first. Sometimes I circle stuff back, like, what is this? I ask questions and I make sure I really read. If I don't understand a word, I'll Google, I'll pull up the dictionary to try to understand, what is this about? What is this? And there's so many slick little things in these contracts. They try to roll you over. You think it's a 1-year single deal, and it rolls over automatically for 5-10 years. So, I actually read, and I noticed that some people, you get so caught up in the hype, you start buying material things. So I don't like to get caught up in the material things. Is you need it, is a necessity, but invest in businesses, because Rick Ross, shout out to Rick Ross, but he got the chicken, he got all these multiple businesses that he put his money into. That's another key, because if it all fails, you have something to fall back on. So I am a student. I watch people ups and downs. I know I see a lot of drug use. I pray. I make sure I try to stay prayed up. But it's about investing, having the right lawyer, trying to read the contracts. And I don't like to just say that it won't happen to me. I just try to watch and learn and try not to make the same mistake. And rest in peace to my pops, because he always said a smart guy learns from his own mistakes, but a wise man learns from other people's mistakes. So I try to learn as much as I can. And like I said, I don't want to be the one you pull up the interview and be like, she said, look at her now. You know what I mean? But I just try to study it and try my best to stay protected. Make sure you watch a lawyer. Because it happens to almost everybody.
Absolutely.
That's what it seems like. It almost seems like somebody, even if they did become successful, they did have a slip up. So,
you know what it seemed like to me, though? It seemed like, with understanding is key. First of all, I always tell artists, because I used to be an artist myself and chased after this dream for 10 years and something, and didn't really learn, to think it's one thing, really coming from, loving hip hop at a certain point, just loving it like that, and then just, wanting to emulate the LLs and the Fat Boys and Crush Groove and Break In and all this stuff, just all these beautiful things. And then, you get introduced to the business, and you see, and then that's when you have to ask yourself, do you really want to do this? You know what I'm saying? Like, because you're an entertainer and you have to understand the business. So that's good that your approach is the way that it is, because like you said, it's not easy. You know what I mean? It's not an easy game. And you have to love it. And I think that, you're doing it, and you are accomplishing so many different things because you love it. You know what I mean? I think that, you didn't just jump off the porch. I think you kind of went through steps to get to, the point that you are right now. So you just have a different appreciation for the art and the grind that you're putting in, because, you're involved and you understand it. Like you say, you're not caught up in the hype or whatever. So, you're not just microwave. That's why you're still around, and you are working with some of the top, people in the game. So I think that that's super, super dope right there. What was it like as far as with the collaborations and stuff like that? Because you done collaborated with Uncle Murder, Corey Guns, King Lowe's Dragon, Fred, Gun, so many different great artists that I like as well. What was those experiences like as far as collaborating with seasoned artists in the position that you're in right now in the game?
Oh man, all of them were super respectful. They always they gave me words of encouragement. What to look out for. I will always remember Drag. Drag was like, family's the most important. Make sure you keep them around. That's one thing I want to tell you in this game. Your family. That's very important. King Los, sometimes you collab. I actually met, Drag. Drag was the reason why AB introduced me to AB. But
shout out to Dragon for that, man. That was dope right there.
Shout out to Drag, man. Drag he's different. I love that guy. Super talented.
Right.
Sometimes you could do a feature with someone but not meet them.
Absolutely.
So I was actually honored to meet everybody. Uncle Murder.
That's my guy right there, man.
Yeah, Murder. It is what it is.
Man. Murder just do him, man.
Yeah.
And it's working.
Facts. What you see is what you get when you meet him. Same person. Authentic. Then we got King Los. King Los, I didn't meet King Los when I did the track, but then I bumped into him.
Oh wow.
Diana, you gave me a run for my money. I had glad you gave me a run for my money. And he was like, and he encouraged me. The thing I need to tell you, the most important thing he told me was the studio. That's the most important thing in your career, to stay in the studio and just keep the material going, keep a lot of material. So I appreciate everything that I got. I got a chance to get up with I met Corey Guns, and no, I didn't meet Corey Guns in person. Who is it? Man, I'm drawing a blank. I can't forget. I forgot his name.
Gunplay. I got you, Dirty.
You on point. You on point. It's a vibe. I love it.
Absolutely.
I got a chance to meet Gunplay in Miami. He was like, "Wow, Diana, we stayed in contact. Anytime I come to Miami, it's love." And he said, "Anytime you come to New York, it's love." So everybody, like I said, they were always super respectful, and that's what I love. And they all dropped jewels, because these are people that I grew up listening to. So I was honored to even be able to do a track with all of those artists that I got featured with.
Absolutely, and I just think that's amazing, and like I said again, to be embraced by a lot of people that's veterans, considered veterans, in this entertainment business is definitely a good look. You know what I mean? So I'm very impressed by that. Let's get some shout outs right now. Let me shout out to everybody that's on the live right now, showing my special guests on the check-in so much love. Vibe Show Casper. Shout out to First Lady Jacqueline Yvette, Public Relations. Shout out to Renee Marie Monjan. I don't want to forgive me if I got it wrong. Shout out to Jay Versus, Bo T for T, Colleen Washington, Peter Phillips. Shout out to who else we got on here? Ethan. Abercrombie. Forgive me if I got it wrong. That's Botifo. Shout out to Humor 69. Shout out to Terrence Mack. And let's see who else we got on here. I got Thomas Chapman in there. I just want to make sure I got everybody for sure. Roman Stewart, Buddy the Barber. Shout out to you, man, for showing my special guest so much love. Shout out to Dave Davis, Doc White Beard, GS Music. Let's see here. I want to make sure. Okay. And everybody else who might have been on that jumped off for showing my special guest so much love. Dirty, let's go on and give some shout outs to and give people their flowers while they still here. Anybody you want to shout out, family, your squad, your team, whoever you want to shout them out, your fans. Let's go on and show them some love.
Definitely shout out the Bob Show, first of all. You know the Bob.
You already know.
Shout out to AB Butler back in the game.
AB.
Shout out to Dragon. Shout out to Head Crack. Shout out to Eurogotit. That self-made single is featuring Euro. So y'all make sure y'all download that self-made single, iTunes on all platforms. But shout out to my fans, shout out to my family. I call y'all family because y'all growing with me. You know what I mean? As I grow, y'all grow with me, and I love everybody. I love everybody supporting. So shout out to everybody that's supporting me right now. You know the vibe?
Right. Absolutely. Now self-made. To me, I'm not even going to even ask you why that title, because it's pretty self-explanatory and we just ran through it. And to me, it couldn't have been a better title. It's perfect. It's not a fabricated title. It connects with your story and it makes sense. Why that single out the gate?
Shout out to AB man again for the fifth time. He executive produced that track. He heard the track and he said, "I got something for you." And once I heard it, I knew. You remember I told you sometimes you could hear a big record. Absolutely. That was one of those where the production was just incredible. So I just knew I had to ride it. It was smooth. It was a smooth ride. It was an easy ride. That's one of those tracks that came naturally. I probably finished the first verse in 10 minutes.
It felt so New York too, though. You know what I'm saying? Like I was like, yo, this joint right here is, it sounded really, really big. It's industry standard, no doubt. You know what I mean? Like, and it's the type of vibe that I love. And then the way you wrote the track was just like, come on, man. Stop playing out here. You know what I'm saying? It's like, get your bars tightened up. You know what I'm saying? I love that joint right now. I'm not even gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? Like it just got that cocky feel to it. It's like it's bars. You know what I mean? It's just a major vibe. I'm not gonna lie. Shout out to AB, man. Good job, eh?
Good job.
Yeah, definitely. Now, we do know that COVID, you know what I mean? We do know that COVID has really been doing some major damage. And I would like and have slowed a lot of people's momentum down, in a physical form. I would like to know though, how has it impacted you on a personal level and your brand, and what are some of the things that this is a multi question, what are some of the things that you've been doing to keep your brand alive?
Right. First, rest in peace to Fred the Godson. I mean, there's so many people that I know that we all lost during COVID.
Right.
It was serious, so it was always an up and down feeling. One minute you feeling like I can't go outside. I want to stay in the house. I got to stay protected. I got to wear a mask. Then you want to feel like, is this music really, should we keep going? Is it going to go back to normal? Because it ain't show money. You know what I mean? You can't, a little afraid to be out in the clubs.
Absolutely.
Do your radio runs, do your runs. So it kind of make you feel up and down. But the inspiration behind it, again, is your team. People, they call you got to go in the gym, stay in the gym, make sure you stay on, and then you get that second motivation to say, let me keep going. This is the best time actually to plan. Mm-hmm. So let me get some more music done. Let me use this time and think work smarter and not harder. Let me stay in the studio. Let me keep the music flowing. Let me actually lose 10 pounds because I was eating eating like crazy.
Right.
The healthy, I got into a lot of health during the coronavirus. I got into sea moss. I sell a whole bunch of sea moss. I'm like the sea moss queen.
Right.
Vitamins, it made me change my life. I don't even eat meat anymore. So
Wow.
I
Congratulations.
chose thank you. I chose the positive route because it could make you depressed. It could make you quit.
Right. Right. You absolutely right about that. It has been a nightmare for a lot of artists, especially ones who was, blowing money because they know they were going to be able to go and get that money back and probably didn't have no savings or investment or anything like that. So I'm sure that it definitely woke a lot of artists up like, man, look, I need to put some bread up, on the next run, if there's another run. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we just don't know what the hell is it gonna be. I mean, I even heard someone, they was talking about a Tupac and Biggie hologram versus. I'm like, please don't do it. Come on, man.
Wow.
It's going too far with it now, man. Like, come on. I seen that. I'm like, man, are y'all serious?
Let them rest in peace, man.
Come on, man. Like, come on now. Don't do that. So, I'm staying prayed up, and I got faith that things are going to get somewhat back to, I ain't gonna say all the way normal because I know it'll never be that again, but I think that we're going to get back in a space to where we'll be able to do something, because virtual can never touch the concerts, the festivals, it can never touch that feel of being able to actually see Dirty Diana and perform and what I'm saying, see what she got on, see the interaction, see her touching us, and it's nothing like that vibe right there. Signing my poster for me and the whole nine, which I got to get all that. When things get back right, we come and do the in-person thing. You know what I mean? Vibe, we coming out there and we're gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? But listen, super proud of you. Proud of your grind. Very, very thankful. You everything that you're doing and putting out there, blessing us with, is very, very refreshing. To actually hear some lyrics and not just some mumbo jumbo. So I'm really, really thankful for that. And for all the other artists that's inspiring to get to the level that you're on, or even thinking about getting in this thing we call the entertainment business or whatever, from Dirty Diana, what would be some advice that you would want to give them if they're thinking about getting in this business or in this business and trying to get to the level that you're on right now?
Definitely make sure it's something you love, that you have the art and the gift to do. Don't just do it because you think it's going to cut you a check. Make sure you love what you do. Make sure you're happy, and make sure you invest in yourself, because in order to get somebody to take you serious, you have to take yourself serious. You got to show that you're serious, and never give up. Never give up. Get yourself a lawyer. Keep pushing, keep pushing, keep pushing, because you would succeed. There's levels of success. It depends on whatever level that you're happy at. Don't listen to nobody. Do what you do. Invest in yourself. Get yourself a lawyer and love it.
Right. Now, look, I want to show you something. Let me see here now. They don't have it in the queue. I wanted to show you that cover. You had the mask on and all of that over there. Like, I'm telling you, if you putting these pieces together, your stuff be fly, man. I ain't gonna lie, you be really doing it though. You be really doing it.
Thank you. You're getting all natural today, but it's okay.
That's all right. I'm telling you, like it's and also too, let's put the social platforms out there for anybody that's fresh and new to Dirty Diana and trying to connect. Let's put those social platforms out there in ways that people can connect with you.
Oh, everything dirty with an I, the opposite of dirty with a Y. You spell it DIRTI. DirtyDiana.com is the website. Instagram is Dirty Diana. Twitter, Dirty Diana. Everything's dirty with an I. Make sure y'all stream that self-made single featuring Eurogotit.
Listen, I'm telling y'all right now. Yeah, and listen, if it don't hurt too, y'all can go over there to because we got that in an A-list slot heavy rotation over on the Vibe Show. So if you just want to just go, you know what I'm saying, tap in, y'all know y'all can go here over to the Vibe Show 97.9 right now. Go to the exclusive station website right now. We got that thing in heavy rotation over there, and guess what? Y'all can request it up to 10 times per day. So log on today, right now, to the Vibe Show. That's www.thevibeshow979.net, and go over there, hit that request tab, and request that Self-Made by Dirti Diana. Just request it 10 times. Just do that. Make that something that you do, because I'm telling you, you won't regret it. Y'all make sure that y'all tap in with my sis, man, and get connected, because she's putting in the work. And it's definitely official. She's no fugazi out here. It's official. Good music, quality, and bringing that vibe and that feel back. So now what can we look forward to anything else? I know we just ain't moving around, people not listening, and I don't know. But is it anything else that we can look forward to that's up and coming?
Oh, definitely the Self-Made EP. That's coming first quarter. I mean, yeah, the first quarter of March, second week in March. Like I said, I've been babying that project. I've been taking my time with it. It's gonna have a little bit of everything. You know, I feel my best flow is the slow flow, but I actually gave a little bit of everything. I took my time, and I gave the people what they want to hear. So I hope they appreciate it. But I need to listen out for that Self-Made EP. Coming to you soon.
Soon. Now, are we gonna get some dope visuals? I know that's been kind of difficult too, to be able to get the visuals together or whatever. Are we gonna get the visual as well? Oh,
hey, what up?
What's up? Look, smiling too. We're gonna get the visual as well for Self-Made.
Yeah, we're gonna have visuals for actually every song. It's gonna be six joints. I kept it short because people with attention span, they got short attention span. So yeah, we're gonna have a visual for every record. So I mean, I'm looking forward to it. I hope everybody else is just as excited as I am. Absolutely. But it's my baby.
We ready. Now before we get out of here, I know we spoke to the artists. Anything else that you want to say to just basically all of the fans and anybody else that's listening out there? Because a lot of people be low in spirit right now. Lots been going on with COVID. A lot of people have lost loved ones, and a lot of people got people in the hospital, out of jobs. It's just been a bad time. Can you leave them with some words of uplift or inspiration that can lift their spirits up if they low in spirits right now?
Oh, absolutely, man. Just I would say pray to your God, whatever that God may be. Make sure you stay protected. Keep your energy. I'm a strong energy person. Don't take on no negative energy from anybody. I don't care if it's your family member. If they talk of something you don't want to hear, you tell them, you call them back, because it's contagious. So you want to keep your spirits high. Stay around motivated, positive people, and if you're feeling down, do something that you love that's going to change that vibe. Read a book. And anybody that's not feeling well, pray. I mean, there's nothing more powerful than prayer, and keeping your energy clear, everything clear, positive energy. And that is the key to actual life. What you think comes true. Whatever you're thinking comes true. Whatever your vision is, whatever you repeating in your head, and whoever you're around, it comes true. So make sure you protect your space, and keep positive energy around you. It's the key to life, and I can't stress that enough. It's the key.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for that. Again, from me, the Vibe Team, E-Source Plug Star, Grown and Sexy Music, we want to thank you again, and we wishing you more blessings and more success with everything that you're doing right now and everything that you're going to be doing in the future. And you already know it. You don't even have no excuse. You have to come back on here again for sure. You family. So it's going down. Thank you again so much. It's the one and only Dirti Diana. New single, Self-Made, available now everywhere. Stop playing games. Y'all go and run it up right now. Dirty. Love you, baby.
Love you. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. We out.
We out. Later.
Shout out to everybody who was on the live today, who showed my special guest so much love. Y'all are the champions. Thank y'all so much. Y'all make sure that y'all go and stream that new single, Self-Made by Dirti Diana, available everywhere right now. You won't be disappointed. Listen, again, if you are new to this station and you were loving it, you was feeling it, man, look, do me a favor. Hit that subscribe button. Turn on those notifications for more exclusive Vibe Show 97.9 interviews that's coming up. We're going to be doing some major things. Y'all make sure y'all get tapped in. Also, log on to our official Vibe Show 97.9 website. That's www.thevibeshow979.net. Also, get connected. Rush over there to that mobile app store and get connected and download our exclusive Vibe Show 97.9 mobile app. That's right. You can get the Vibe Show 97.9 on your phone, or just talk to Alexa. Say, Alexa, pull up the Vibe Show 97.9. You can hear that Dirti Diana Self-Made requested. Also, that's if you feeling generous. We got to throw that up there for support. We do take support and donations. Hit that Cash App at the Vibe Show 979 for all support and Cash App. Thank you so much. Listen, again, hit that subscribe button, turn on those notifications, man, and get connected because we got more exclusive interviews coming up. Listen, take care of yourself. I love y'all. Y'all make sure y'all put the mask on. Stop playing games. If you got to go somewhere, mask up. Get you some of that hand sanitizer. Keep your hands clean. I love y'all. It's the Vibe Show 97.9. Come on.